Hey, Elijah. Hey, brother. You getting your title back? First one on the channel. Sister Elizabeth was. I was beginning to worry. I was beginning to worry about you, bro. Look like for a moment there she's going to take your crown. Hey, bro. It's good to see you, man. If you can hear me, can you type one? Let me know if my audio is okay. If you can hear me, okay. Will you type one? Let me know I'm coming through, okay. If you there. All right. Let me begin. Oh, I'll leave it at that. All right, brethren, thank you for joining me. And okay, you've been working late. It's all good, bro. I don't expect everybody to always come in, but if you do, it blesses my soul. Is my audio okay? Can you hear me okay? Is the sound okay? You type one if the sound is okay. Uh, if you get a chance, can you type one if the audio is okay? Or anybody in the room, if I'm coming across okay, let me type one, would you? I did some things to my microphone. I don't know if it's no way of me knowing how it's coming across, or even if it is, if I don't ask somebody. Oh, thanks, Elijah. Thanks, brother. All right, welcome to my channel. My name is Jaquab. I'm Israel. And thank you for joining me for these videos. I love. Oh, look here, Elijah. That's that's your competition right there. That was your competition, Elizabeth. He was. It looked pretty bad there for a second, bro. I was beginning to wonder about you. She was taking you. She was taking your title. It's good to see you, Elizabeth. I think I'm gonna have a pretty good video today. The creator bless me. Let me share something real quick as I scroll the screen. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. I'm not even sharing my screen first. I think that the creator, he really blessed me with this video that I'm gonna do. So make sure my screen is up so I can scroll it while I'm talking. Hey, Elizabeth, Libras are a cardinal sign, right? I'm sure you probably know that. Libras are a cardinal sign. That means the creator has charged with taking the lead in certain areas, certain vibrations. He's charged them with bringing the energy to kick things off. Let's see, get my screen together here. Something that I'm trying to do, but it won't let me do it. Okay, I think it's gonna act funny. I'm trying to scroll my screen. It's always something, man. It's always something. That's all right. I'm gonna just work around it then. Just work around it. Never recall having this many technical difficulties. Oh, you do know? Yeah. When it comes to the zodiac, everybody is a star. There's something unique about everybody, man, that it should make you praise the creator. It's something everybody remember that song? Everybody is a star. That's why I like to tell brethren what I know about your vibration when I find out what you are. I love that part about the creator. And man, you can't go wrong if the creator blesses you with a gift that you can serve other people with. It just make you praise him more. So anyway, my scroller, for some reason, it don't want to let me scroll. So what I'm gonna do is just go straight to the communions. I know that just so that, and just kind of scroll through it myself. My scroller is broken, don't want to work, and I'm not surprised. So anyway, let me get to. Okay, so I'm going to try to scroll them while I'm talking, and that's not going to be easy. Let's see. Okay, I'll start right here. All right. So anyway, I think today is going to be a good video. The creator, he blessed me. Sometimes I find, man, that you just you got to start demanding overstanding. You just got to demand it. Get tired. Not like you pushing the creator around. You'll never be able to do that. But I think that he'll honor it if you just within your soul, man. If you meeting up with a lot of frustration, you want to maybe you studying something. And I'm just speaking from experience. I just try to share things that I've seen concretely. I feel like I'm supposed to use my life and speak about things that creator has allowed in my life. So I try to do that combined with the things that I've learned from other people so far as the word, empirical type of things, studying, learning type of things, meditating type of things, so we can see the Father more clearly. So here was one of those instances where uh, I just I just got a spirit on me, and I was that close to cussing, demanding. I wanted to eat really. You know how sometimes A child will get real belligerent when they're real hungry. And sometimes I get like that. And I start demanding answers, man. I really get frustrated sometimes when I'm trying to learn and I keep running into these roadblocks. Well, today it's going to be one of those videos where it was an answer to prayer. Now, many of you brethren are probably, I count that really, I don't really, I believe that you brethren that I be talking to, that you way far ahead, way far ahead than I am. But I believe that if I share things as I am learning them, it may be of benefit some type of way to anybody who listen. Although I'm sure you probably already know the things I'm talking about. I just feel that in my spirit. But yet I still like to share, And this was one of those times. I just got frustrated and I started demanding answers. I wanted some overstanding. I've been reading for a while. I always read. I always like to read the OAHSPE or any other book that Creator brings to my mind, any study, anything, and apply my new understanding about who the Creator is and the deception that's in the world. So today it's going to be one of those videos. I'm going to share and I know it was given to me. I think I'm getting over the hump of when the Spirit give me things to share. I think I'm finally getting over the hump because I didn't used to like to say that because everybody said it. That's how you get into confusion in the first place, because if the Spirit saying this and the Spirit is saying that, how the hell do you know who's telling the truth? And so I just reasoned it in my own mind that everybody, they have their what's a good word for it? Standard of proof. They got their own standard of proof. And so, even though it sounds oxymoronic because we think that truth is one solid thing. Always 2 + 2 = 4, but that's not true. I'm learning that that's not always the truth. And it's a very interesting type of thing. Sometimes it could just be particular to you, even though you can't even explain it. So today it's going to be one of those days. The title of the video is verses how you know when you verses that are talking about the actual creator as opposed to the Elohim. As opposed to the Elohim. The Elohim, you say people, they talk about the Elohim, and I finally nailed it down when I started approaching the throne boldly. I girded up the loins of my mind and I approached the Father's throne, man, and demanded overstanding. It's like an ant telling an elephant what to do. But I think the elephant appreciated it. He appreciated the boldness and answer. He gave me the answer to my question. And I was afraid afterwards. But today, this video is going to be one of those type of days where I'm going to share. So here I'm just trying to scroll the screen because my scroller is broke. I don't know why it don't want to work for me now. I think I do, but can't be sure. Things, when it comes to OAHSPE, with this type of truth, don't nothing surprise me. Usually it's the last minute malfunction when I'm doing it. The very last 30 seconds is usually when I get problems. So much so that I don't even get bent out of shape anymore. I don't even get bent out of shape. I believe that there are spirits. I believe they do battle against the Creator. I believe they know that the truth is coming out. We was talking the other day about the Vatican, and they got all them books, man, in the vaults of the Vatican. I never really cared about such a thing until I seen that video where they were showing they were talking about the criteria you needed to get permission from the Vatican to go down, and they would give you out of all those books, man, thousands and thousands of books and manuscripts that they keep under lock and key. And in order to be able to get access to only 3 books at the max they talked about the qualifications. You got to be at least like 75 years old. You got to be an accredited theologian. You know, you can't make, when you submit your application, there can't be one dot out of place. Even a period, a misplaced period, they'll say, oh, no, no, no. You got to file the application all over again. All over again. Yeah, we know it takes about 6 months to a year to approve the application, but hey, man, you got to keep them periods in place. You can't just be coming up in here throwing commas all around like you better, see the criteria. So that's one way man, they got the goods. They know it. I bet you the creator, he forced them to give it up. He's going to force them to give it up, right? You can't do his word like that. You can't. The truth has got to come out, man. It's already coming out with OAHSPE. How the powers that be let us look at this stuff, that's beyond me, man. You got me there, How they let this word get out and letting all them prisoners go free. So let me finish scrolling this. My scroller is broke, so I can't scroll it. So I just want you to see the angels of the daytime, angels of the evening, so that you can, be reminded to give thanks for them, because they help us in our reality one way or another. I don't think that we are thankful that we by far show our gratitude enough. And so that's that. I'll fix my scroller later on. So now I have a room. Let me see. I have a room on Facebook where I like to try to read, and I love to run and share the things that I find. I just get such a kick out of it, man. I love, I get vexed because hardly nobody likes to participate and share what they are learning or, talk. And if it's one thing about the faith, is it can really break your heart, man, because it's like you want to talk to people, you want them to talk about what they are learning, but you don't get that much of a reaction. I mean, I look at other brethren's videos and they hardly get there's hardly no interaction, man. I mean, even the top brothers like Selah and Honor and Humility and Cosmin Cal and, and they don't really get the viewership or the acknowledgement that I believe somebody who's trying to minister get. Not that I don't even think they really care. As long as you just sharing, doing what you know is right by the creator, man, you don't really need, you just thankful that you got overstanding. And really, you just grateful, man, that, you haven't been taken captive. Because I do believe the creator, man. I mean, creator, he talks about how he is. And he's pretty lenient, he's pretty forgiving and merciful. But I do believe that, just like the scriptures say, there come a time when, he says the time of this ignorance, I'm probably having technical problems right now. My computer, I think people are getting home around this time and trying to do things with my screen, and it's fighting me. I don't even know if I'm broadcasting now. My screen is frozen. I don't even know if I'm broadcasting. I may end up having to shut this video down and starting it back up again. All right, so can I be heard? My screen is frozen. I don't know if I'm broadcasting. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? I might have to close this video and redo it. Oh, you can hear me, Elijah? Okay. Well, let me keep going then. I don't know why. My screen, I can't move it. Trying to scroll it, won't let me. All right, I'm just keep going then, and let the creator, let him deal with it. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, my screen is frozen. I'm gonna just keep on until it unfreezes, or unless you, brother, tell me you can't hear me. So here's my room. My room, Facebook. I have a food ministry. I like to try to target orphans and disabled. And now I came back. But maybe my other screen, my StreamYard might have went down. I can't see the StreamYard screen. Huh. Okay, there it is. Now it's back. Something's going on here. I don't even know if I'm gonna get through all this. All right, I think I got the screen back. Anyway, here's the food ministry I have. I target orphans, target disabled and elderly, and if you know somebody like that, I can certainly be contacted. There's my information right there, my email, and I certainly will do whatever I can. All right, and here's my room. My screen is frozen again, so I can't scroll the screen. I trust that you can hear me. My screen doesn't want to move. It's frozen. So I think, brother, I'm gonna just have to go ahead and restart it. I'm gonna have to restart my computer. My stream is still going to be running, but I got to get out of this. I got to restart it and see if I can get my screen back. It just won't let me do anything. So I hope you, brother, hang with me. I got to restart the computer. My stream is going to keep running, and I'm gonna come back on. So, but I got to restart this. And if it ends my stream, if it ends it, then I'm gonna just start all over again, come up with another live, and just to let you, brother, know. Okay, so I'll be right back. Oh, okay, I'm back. Can anybody hear me? Hey, Snap. I had to log off because I was having technical problems. Can anybody hear me? Type one if you can hear me. Can I be heard? Testing, testing. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks a lot. Oh, you hung in there, huh? All right. I think I better pick it up before it cuts out on me again. I better speed up the video. Could be one of them days. All right. So 1 second again. 1 second again. Got to reset redo my screen here. Okay, so where I left off, I have a room on Facebook where I like to minister to I like to target orphans and disabled and elderly. I can be contacted. There's my room on Facebook where I like to try to read things and then share it with brethren. I know that if you're like me, that the OAHSPE, it'll just you can even read things that you've read a billion times, and it just bless your soul. But here are some of the things that I've shared in the room, and just various verses that, if you don't mind, I'll share with you real quick. Now, here's one out of the Book of Knowledge. It says, "Yet," now I'm jumping in the middle of the thought with these verses, but I think you'll be able to get something out of it. So check it out. Let me see if my scroll will work. All right, I got my scroll back. So it says, this particular verse comes out of the Book of Knowledge. It says, on the other end of the scale, yet on the other end of the scale, in Cosmin. So I'm jumping in the middle of the thought. Keep that in mind. Hey, Yogi. All right. Yogi, Ace and Him. All right. Yogi. I really, you got a perspective, man. That's, when you were on the video the other day, you really blessed my soul, man. One of the things that you said really blessed me about how demons don't seem to come out unless you speak in Latin. And you said a couple other things too. I'm glad you're here, bro. So this verse it says, yet on the other end of the scale in Cosmos, we have those atmospherians who are said to be in the practice of the third resurrection. Now he's talking about atmospherians. This is not the Ethereum realm, but he says that there are people in the atmospherian realm who are practicing the third resurrection, which is community effort, basically, on a higher level. It says there are those, he says, we have those atmospherians who are said to be in the practice of the third resurrection who have risen sufficiently to become brides and bridegrooms of Jehovah. He says, although eligible to resurrect into Etheria as brides and bridegrooms, thus becoming Etherians, yet they may have to wait till the upcoming Dan. See, our upcoming Dan is 2049. From what I understand, 2049 is a 200-year cycle, and I seem to believe that's a harvest year, 2049. It says, although eligible to resurrect, these atmospherians practicing the third resurrection. It says, although eligible to resurrect into Etheria as brides and bridegrooms, these thus becoming Ethereans, yet they may have to wait till the upcoming Dan or harvest, or they might choose to remain in Atmospheria to labor for a season past the harvest. Isn't that something? They so full of selflessness, they don't mind waiting before they become brides and bridegrooms to labor a little bit more. And then when you talk about brides and bridegrooms, these are brethren, from what I understand, the effect of the world is almost nothing on them. I mean, they have got such a level where they don't stumble at the things that atmospherians do. Now, that's very interesting. Here's another one. It says, with the new heavenly administration under the light of Cosmic, a new order was given to heaven. The heads of the beast of the second resurrection of old had been removed. although their effects linger. And those who still cling to the beast, who are in association, are now said to be under the ban of the second grade of bondage. They have some practice of the second resurrection. That is, they have some association, but they tarry at the outer gates, being unable to enter, for they have bound themselves to that which has no resurrection, nor can any enter the kingdom of God, which is the organic heavens, till purged of the beast. You see that? See how important it is to identify the beast? See, that's where you faith is telling you, man, where we if you got nothing else, that is one thing that you brothers you should really, really, what's a good word for treasure? Treasure your faith. See, you see how we live in a world where people, they wear the cross and they talk about Jesus is Lord, and it ain't no sincerity behind it. Ain't no sincerity. Really, Jesus, Christianity, at least from what I've seen in this country, it's really just fire insurance. You know, it's really fire insurance. Sometimes I go on YouTube and I'll try to look at what's going on in the world. And there's a lot of information about warfare going on, because people know that World War III, with the weapons that we got, it'll come close to home. When nations start talking, they start talking war, man. And then the United States is responsible for at least 80% of the blame for World War III. Then they and other nations are saying, hey, we don't like it. And they got ways of bringing it to us. We ain't immune. So I like to look around and then I'll read the chat. And they say, remember, Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. Now, we discussed in a video the other day, me and the sister, Asenat. She really, really blessed my soul, sharing with us that Jesus Christ was pictured three ways. And a Vedas will be able to easily pick him out. And that's what I was basically demanding, with the creator. I wanted to know, sometimes I get real insistent in the spirit and I get results. You brethren may want to try that, because it's like then the creator said, okay, he really want to know, he really want to know. He doing his best. He trying to read. He trying to share. He trying to repent. He trying to be sorry. He trying to love and share with his brethren. All right, go ahead and give him a little crumb, But sometimes I believe you have to just, man, clench your fist. Not like you're going to do anything, but just in your spirit, and you want to know something, you know. He answered me, which is the reason for this video I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna see if I can really, really bless y'all. Wait till I get to it in a few more minutes. Here's another verse I posted in my room. It says, Micah said, spirits who come to mortals purposely to inflict them with pain or misfortune shall be called evil spirits. And when they go in groups having a leader, that leader shall be called Beelzebub. That is captain of evil, prince of devils. And this is the origin of that word. And then another thing I was sharing, it says, thus on the earth and in all its divisions, the Lord created a new race. It came to the Ihans and the Ihuans, according to the different countries where they dwell. Lord, they found to this day in which your God provided all these people who are of pure blood to have no other God or Lord than the Great Spirit. You know who I think this talking about? You, brethren. I think this talking about faith. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think right here it's talking about faith. These are people, they have been under this, not all faith. Some, like Brother Dave, he said he never subscribed to Jesus Christ. He said he never bought it. He never bought it. But brethren like me, I did buy it, and I bit hard. I will say that I know that me being a Libra, you know, I like being lazy personally. But if you give a Libra a purpose, they'll outwork anybody easily. Easily. Even a Capricorn. A Libra will put anybody to shame if only they catch on to a purpose. That's the key right there. You got to catch on to a purpose, and you will be unbeatable in your belief. But until then, man, we like to chill, you know. So I believe here he put that same spirit, just like you say in Amos, or where is that, Hosea? He shall pour out his spirit in the last days. That's what's going on right now. I think this particular verse is talking about faithists, personally. He was going to raise up, it says, thus on the earth and all its divisions, the Lord created a new race, It came of the Ihans and Ahuans, according to the different countries where they dwell, so that they found to this day, which our God provided all these people who are pure blood, that have no other God or Lord than the Great Spirit, Jehovah. Here go another thing. It say, God said, hear me, old man. Understand the label. Okay, it says, God said, hear me, old man. Understand the labor of the Lord your God. Jehovah says to the Lord, go to yonder earth and make man upright, meaning on 2 feet. And the Lord accomplishes it. Then Jehovah says, go yonder, make man shapely on the earth. Make him shapely, make him shapely. What the hell does that mean? Make him shapely. How is a man, now a woman, I understand. How do you make a man shapely, man? Okay. What, like Arnold Schwarzenegger? All right. Bodybuilder. All right. I think I get it. And the Lord finds a way to do this also. Do not forget the Lord your God, for such labor, look, will fall to you. Your lot. Look, when you are long risen in heaven, behold, he said you're going to do it too. When you are long risen in heaven, brother, he talking to you, man. You faithists. Look at this stuff, man. He said, behold, there are billions of worlds newly coming into existence. Every day, he said. He said, expand your judgment, make yourself comprehensive, so that you may fulfill in wisdom the glory of the Almighty. How do you like that? I don't know. Am I reading it wrong? Sounded to me like he's saying, well, the OAHSPE teaches that you brethren are future kings and queens. That's the path you on. That's the path we on. That's an amazing thing. And then something I found online, 780,000 years ago. I mean, isn't the earth something like 4 billion years old? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But it says 780,000 years ago, the shift from eating raw to cooked food was a dramatic turning point in human evolution. And the discovery has suggested prehistoric humans were able to deliberately make fires to cook food at least 780,000 years ago. And then I found something else. Here, you can read it if you want. And I'm going to just go on to the next verse. It says, if you ever want to cut the confusion, see, this is what the video is about tonight. If you ever want to cut the confusion when you read the Bible and you want to see where Eoi is mentioned, look for the word Elion, which is Hebrew for the creator. And it will cut a lot of confusion with all the names of the other gods in the Bible. Here are a couple sample verses talking about the actual creator in the Bible. And so I listed some verses here. So also, I don't think that, I'm not saying that this is the only way that you could learn to see the creator, as opposed to the Elohim, which are the many gods. Elohim is just basically plural for powers that be, you know, like Yahweh and, Baal, Ashtaroth. Yeah, Elion. Yeah. I just thought it was fascinating personally, where you can read, see now, man, you can really not have fun with the Bible, but man, you can really get into the Bible now, and you can learn a lesson about the power of the Creator. ASNAT says, or El Shaddai is the El. I mean, see, that's where it's tricky, because El Shaddai is not Elion. I mean, see, this is where it gets tricky. That's one thing I learned. Now, we would all agree that the Creator, we would call him Almighty, but guess who else calls himself Almighty? Yahweh. And Yahweh is not the Creator. Yahweh was an evil God. That was one of the false gods. Yet you look around and you see everybody uses that name. See? Now, if somebody were to say, do you believe in the New Testament? And I turned around and said, well, I believe in thee. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, check it out. If you brethren want to learn what I'm talking about, look at this. Oh, shoot. When I restarted, I clicked off of it. Doggone it, man. When I restarted the video, see, I knew there was something, man. I wanted to show you where I got my information from. Doggone it. See there? See, I had the link up that I wanted to share, where y'all can go and get the information yourself, and I can't find it. See, I had it up. See there? I ain't gonna get mad because I see, I had the link up there that I wanted to share, where I got my information from. I only just found out about it. Remember right after I demanded to know, and then the Creator, he led me to that information, and now I can't find it, man. See there? Doggone it! I can't find it. That's all right. Matter of fact, oh, wait a minute. I think it's called The Fifth Kind. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Creator. You gave it right back to me. It's called The Fifth Kind. I see you posted something there, Isnaf. What's that link about? While I try to find this video where I learned what I'm going to talk about tonight. I think it's called The Fifth Kind. Or is it The Fifth Element? No, I think it's The Fifth Kind. So if anybody want to go, and these brethren, they don't know about the OAHSPE. They don't know, but the here, let me see. Yeah, here it is right here. Here it is. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Jovi. There we go. So here's where I got my, am I sharing the screen? Am I sharing the screen? Hold on a second. Am I even sharing? I think I'm sharing the screen. Hold on. So I would recommend that you brethren go to this. Let me make sure I'm sharing the screen. Yeah, it says I'm sharing it. Okay. Here's where I got the information from. This channel right here. It's called The Fifth Kind. After I was demanding the Creator give me answers, Tay, he did the same thing. Tay in the OAHSPE, he's representative of all of us. Tay, the fifth time. Hey, Jamia, sister, Omian. All right, we got a full house now. We got a full house, brethren. So here's the video that I was led to. I basically had it out with the creator. I was demanding answers. Sometimes you get tired of the confusion, and this is where I got led to. And I looked at, I forget what video it is, but anyway, just look for yourself. Now, I'm not saying I haven't seen all their videos, okay? So I don't know. I don't know if they did a video and say, we were wrong. Satan is really the most hot. I don't know. I'm just saying that one video is something you could research for yourself. You could research. We could easily see about Elion, and when he's spoken of, it's speaking of the Creator. And then when we look at Elohim, we know it's talking about false gods. Because all you got to do is read and study what the word is. See, that's where Geminis do the world a service. A Gemini, because that's the sign of communication. See how people are beautiful? What is the sign of communication? Which sign? What zodiac sign means communication? Okay, it says, here it is right here. See? That's their gift. They do things like interpret the word for us, translate words, and then we all get overstanding. See? Gemini. You can see the creator. He's in each one of you. Each one of you got a gift. Yeah, Gemini, Omia. It say it right here. Gemini embodies the versatile and communicative aspects of its element. They are known for their quick wit, adaptability, and insatiable curiosity. Gemini are the quintessential communicators. See, they're the communicators. See, they do things, they bless the world by digging in the etymology. They can do it on a level that very few brethren can. And then we all, oh, you're a Gemini. Oh, see, that's their gift. You're just really, you're really working under your vibration, you know, translating the word, communicating the word, and you can more than likely do it on a level that Sagittarius, they can get down teaching too. All right, May 26th. Sagittarius, those are born teachers. Gemini, they're born communicators. See, that's how you bless your brethren and sisters. See, that's your gift. Everybody's got one way or another. That's what glorifies the Creator. When you know yourself like that, then you can be confident and keep working in your vibration and blessing other brethren, knowing that the Creator, He's going to be with you. So anyway, there's the name of the channel where I learned about one way you could see the Creator in the New Testament is when the word is translated theos. Theos. Like when Jesus Christ was cussing out the Pharisees, he said, you are of your father, the devil. But he also mentioned in that verse theos, where he said something. He said, I forget what he said, but let me see. Let's do a quick thing right here because it's almost time for the reading. Let's look at where. Let me see. Let's do something real quick. Theos in the New Testament. See, we can see how Jesus Christ is a picture of, he's talking about the wisdom. He's talking about the creator in this verse, in verses where it has theos. And that's one way we can know he was speaking under the righteous vibration. But like the sister was telling us, he also can represent deception. That's how Jesus Christ was used. He shows us his power. He shows us the wisdom. He shows us the creator, Theos. Now here's a couple of verses where now when you read this, you can see what vibration that Jesus Christ is under. Here it says the New Testament testifies that Theos, the only God. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's find it. Let's see if we can get a link. Okay, let's do it this way. See, and this is important. Now we can read the Bible, and with the understanding that, well, what vibration is he under? Is he under wisdom? Is he under power? Is he speaking about the creator, or is it the Elohim speaking, meaning the false powers? See? Now, this is just one verse I'm picking out to show you is talking about Theos. It says, all honor and glory to God forever. So actually, I can do something better. Let's go. Let me see. I got Blue Letter Bible here. So we can look at a good snapshot of all the verses where when Jesus Christ is speaking, he's speaking about the creator. When Jesus Christ is speaking, he's speaking about the creator. Let me see if I can pull this off. All right, let me share the screen. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. Now, let's look at this word. I hope y'all can, let me make sure y'all can see this because, see, make sure that y'all can see the screen. Okay, good. Y'all can. All right. So, see, now we can read the Bible. We can say, that's them talk. He's talking about the creator there. And then another place, we can say he's talking about the false gods there. They using him. Actually, that I had a question. How can one body be used three different ways? Ace and F, maybe you want to answer that. How can, if they are not inhabiting, now I guess he was influenced that to show different pictures of the Father and pictures of the false gods, Jesus Christ. I guess he was influenced. Okay, now let's find the word Theos here. And then we can go all over the place now. We can go all over the place and look at all those verses. And there are other ways, I believe, too, that we can read the Bible. And then we can learn what God is being referenced. Because once we learn that, man, we home free. We can be used mightily. You know, I was saying, Ace and F, that we were talking the other day how Jesus Christ presents three different pictures of the power, of the wisdom, and the deception. So we don't subscribe to reincarnation. So it must be three different influences that Jesus Christ was used to show us, because he's one body, but at times he's speaking differently. So I have to credit it to he was under different influences at different times. And the only way you can tell what influence he was under is by depending on what he said. So let me find this real quick. Okay, what's the verse I'm looking for? 1 Timothy 1:17. Okay, let's check this out real quick. 1 Timothy 1:17, because we can see the beauty of the creator. 1 Timothy 1:17. Where's it at? Quick navigation. We can see how Jesus Christ or any of the disciples is speaking about the creator. Or we could see when he's under the influence of false gods. 1 Timothy 1, is it 1:17? 1 Timothy, yeah, 1:17. 1 Timothy 1:17. Why does it only give me 6 verses there? Okay, here it is. 1 Timothy 1:17. Now that word should be theos. He says, now unto the King eternal, immortal, invisible, the only wise God, the honor and glory forever and ever. Amen. So that's verse 17. And so God should be Theo. Yep, there it is right there. There it is right there. See? So now actually what we can do, I can click on that and look at all the verses where it's talking about the creator. See? A God or, well, now wait a minute. See, that's another thing I see too. They could be wrong too. I mean, here it says the God or goddess, a general name of deity. See, that's not right. See there? This word theos. Now see, you see the problem we're under. And here it says of uncertain. Boy, this blue letter Bible is all messed up. Wow, man, that is quite amazing. That is quite. What is the definition of the word theos in the Bible? Theos. That is absolutely, unless I'm reading something wrong, what the Bible says about theos. So let's look at this, see what this will say about the word theos. It says theos and kurios. Theos and kurios. You probably never heard that song, Kyrie Kyrie of the road I must travel. Kyrie of the path that I am on. That's what that song is about. God bless the road that I'm on. Now it says the definition here. I'm just trying to get a better definition. It says in 665 places, the authors use kurios instead of the word Yahweh. See, they don't use Yahweh in some places, a lot of places, making it distinguishing. I want something solid that shows the difference between theos. Here's one. I mean, here's a separation from the word theos and the word Yahweh. I just want a simple definition. That's all. I can't get about time for the reading. I just want a simple something separating theos from all the other gods. That's all I want. We're under a lot of confusion, man. A lot of confusion. Here's the blue letter Bible, but I don't subscribe to that meaning, man. It seems like they just don't know. They think it's like all the other gods, from what I understand. Here's something: Theopneustos. You can't even find just a simple definition of theos. I was really fortunate to come across that video because they showed you these were some serious scholars, man. Serious guys. And they broke down that word theos. Yet you go online, all you want is a simple definition and they can't give it to you. Let's see what this one says. No, theos. Let's see what this will give us. Okay, here it says many names beginning with the root theo derived from the ancient Greek word theos, which means God. For example, feminine names Thea, Theodore. No, that don't help. What does theos mean in the Bible? The main name for God in the New Testament is ho theos, from the Greek noun God. The name occurs more than 1,000 times in the New Testament. Theos can mean God or goddess. So it is also, so here I mean, the creation can mean God or goddess, but they don't do enough. Good night, man. They don't really bring it home to show the difference. They can't even show the difference between the creator and God. They can't even do it. None of these people are able to do it. Let's see if this will help. The root, it comes from the Greek meaning God, God. And you just have to know what they don't separate it though. They can't tell you the difference between God and the creator. Now look at me, that makes me want to show you this again. Here is where I learned. All right. Because it's obvious that we live in a greater deception that we never knew before. Here is where I learned. And they show you that theos, and I don't even think these brethren are faithists, but it's like the creator is forcing them to come to the correct conclusion because they show a difference between gods and creators. I've not seen anyone do that. So here's the YouTube channel right here. All right. Because I thought, man, it would be easy going online and look and just simply finding a link where it'll say unique, you know what I mean? Or, I didn't see the screen. I didn't see the screen. I wasn't looking at the screen. Let me go back up, Ace and F. You got some stuff here. Hold on a second. I wasn't looking at the screen. Sorry about that. Okay, you're saying that Jesus Christ was two different people. Okay, I remember we were talking about that. So in the Bible, you're saying it was two different people who were Jesus Christ. I mean, like the Pharisees talked to one. I mean, I don't know if I can subscribe to that. I mean, I realized there was Joshua, and in the New Testament, it's talking about Jesus. But from what I understand, what you were saying is that he represented like power, wisdom, and deception. So I'm concluding that he was under different influences at any particular time. That's all I'm saying. And then you say, then Christ comes in a body that was created for him. Yeah, I remember we talking about that. So are you saying there were two that looked the same way? I mean, because that does make sense. When we read the New Testament, Jesus said this, and then we read Jesus said that, something contradictory. But we don't believe, I mean, in reincarnation. So unless there were two distinct Jesus, and that's not the picture that is painted for us, then as far as I can, he was under the same one, was under a different influence. I don't know, that's just where I'm coming from. And then you say Christ comes in a body that was created for him. Yeah, I remember that. You said read Psalm 82 in the CJB. Okay, maybe later because it's time for the reading, and I want to, maybe afterwards, maybe we can talk about that. It'd be a good thing to talk about. So, time for the reading of the word. So here is this video, this channel, where I got my information from, and they do a pretty good job of explaining the difference. Man, A-Snap, you got a lot here. Okay, but let me do okay, hold on a second. Let's look at that because you really want us to check it out. So hold tight. Let's look at that. Okay, Psalm 82. Psalm 82 in the CJB. All right, so let's find that real quick. CJB, CJB, CJB. I'm looking at the Blue Letter Bible again. It don't even show you. It don't even give you a CJB. Is it CSB? There's a CSB. Well, let's see if I can find it online. CJB Bible, King or King James Version. CJB Bible, Psalm 82. Yeah, I haven't shared it yet. It has an okay, here it is. CJB. It says, God stands in the divine assembly. There the Elohim judges. He judges. How long will you go on judging unfairly, favoring the wicked? He's talking to the Elohim. It says Elohim. See, that's problematic because Elohim means is plural for many gods, and really it means the powers. It ain't talking about the creator. Is that your is that what the point you're trying to make? That are you making a point about Elohim, Asenath? Should I keep reading? Let's keep reading. It says, verse 2, how long will you go on judging unfairly, favoring the wicked? Give justice to the weak and fatherless. Uphold the rights of the wretched and poor. See, what I wanted to do here for the reading is show where it talks about Elion, because that means the creator, as opposed to like Yahweh or the other gods in the Old Testament. And Elion is talking about when we read verses that are translated Elion, then that's how we know it's talking about the creator. It says, verse 4, rescue the destitute need. These are attributes of the creator, though, but they're saying that it was the Elohim. See here, verse 1, Elohim, God. That's talking about Elohim is plural for many gods. Oh, you trying to show me? What are you trying to show me? Just tell me what you're trying to show me. That are you trying to show me that Elohim is Elion? Because you'll never. I after what I learned, I'll never subscribe to that. If you want, you can come on and tell me. Okay, Deuteronomy 32:8. Did I read everything you wanted me to read? In Psalm 82, Elohim, God stands in the divine assembly. See, because when I read that, when I looked at that video, from what I can understand, most of the world theologians don't even know the difference between the creator and gods. It seemed like I don't know. I haven't heard most of the theologians in the world, but I'm willing to bet you that no matter where I went, Deuteronomy 32:8, CJB. All right, let's read that. CJB Bible, Deuteronomy chapter 32:8. Okay. When Elion. Oh, that's nice. It uses the word Elion. Hey, sister, that's nice. That is nice. When Elion gave each nation its heritage. I think that's one of the verses I posted in my room. When Elion gave each nation its heritage, when he divided the human race. Yeah, talking about the creator. Because this is what the OAHSPE says. He assigned the boundaries of peoples according to Israel's population. Are you trying to send me a message on my phone? Because it's going crazy. Oh, let's see. Or can I even be heard? Okay, read the whole chapter. Okay, hold on. Oh, something from you, Jamia. Okay, I check it out later. Okay. All right, let's look at the whole chapter. Or Asnath wanted us to read the whole chapter. Now, so far, so good because it mentions the word Elion. And when you read that in the Bible, that's talking about the Creator as opposed to other verses. So let's read this, the whole chapter. Hey, Prax, brother, good to see you. Okay, so this is the CJB Bible. And let's see what point it's making. It says, Hear, O heavens, as I speak. Listen, earth, to the words from my mouth. May my teaching fall like rain. May my speech condense the dew, like light rain on blades of grass or showers on growing plants. For I will condemn the name of Adonai. Come declare the greatness of our God. The rock. His work is perfect. So now I forget Adonai, because there are different names describing God. I forget what Adonai means exactly. I don't think it's referring to the Creator though. I don't think. Maybe we can look at that. Look at that too. It says a trustworthy God who does no wrong. He is righteous and straight. He is not corrupt. So yeah, this is a great chapter talking about the Creator. Yeah, this is perfect. This is a beautiful passage, man. It sets a standard for the Creator like crazy. I love it, man. He says he is not corrupt. The defect is in his children. A crooked and perverted generation. You fool. Now, I don't. Now, this is kind of problematic right here. The way it's talking. You foolish people, so lacking in wisdom. Is this how you repay Adonai? Yeah, this sounds kind of. This is a problem for me, just by the way he's talking. It says, He is your Father who made you His. It was He who formed and prepared you. Remember how the old days were. Think of the years through all the ages. Ask your Father, He will tell you. You leaders, too. They will inform you when Elion gave each nation its heritage. When He divided the human race, He assigned the boundaries of peoples according to Israel's population. But Adonai's share was his own people. Yaakov, his allotted heritage. Oh, that's pretty interesting right there. That is pretty interesting right there. It says, when Elion gave each nation its heritage, he divided the human race and he assigned the boundaries of the people. Okay. According to Israel's population. It said, but Adonai's share was his own people. So let's look at what Adonai means, because it's definitely, Adonai and Elion is two different people here from what I can see. Oh, okay. Asenath is saying Adonai is Yahweh. Oh. All right. All right. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty neat, man. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, Asenath. I'm with you, sister. I see the same thing. Yeah. That's beautiful, man. Adonai share with his own people. Yaakov, his allotted heritage. Hey, this is nice. Verse 10, it says, He found his people in the desert country in a howling, wasted wilderness. He protected him and cared for him, guarded him like the pupil of his eye, like an eagle that stirs up her nest, hovering over her young. Spread out her wings, takes them and carries them as she flies. Adonai alone led his people. See, so now we can read the Bible. We can see where the deception is. We should be able to easily see the deception. But it's a very thin line, man. And it showed me how the Creator, He is blessing His sons and daughters so that we don't get deceived again, man. You know, that's important in this day and age. He's certainly showing us not to be deceived. He's going to let the world be deceived because they don't want. Yeah, thanks, Jamia. Yep, El Elyon, the Most High God. Yeah, So it's not like you brother been knowing this, and I'm the one that's new to the party. But it's okay, just so long as I know, man. That's all I care about. I just want to know. I don't want to be deceived. That's all I want. I just do not want to be deceived. Yep. See here, Adonai alone. And that's a lie. Well, his people, but it make when you read it, it sound like everybody because they do something. In the world, they call it Jedi mind tricks. You know how you could talk to somebody. As a matter of fact, you know what? I saw a video one time. And that's something real in the world. Did you brother know that? I saw a dude. He proved it. He said that he learned, and there's probably there's some type of name for. I expect you sisters to know what it's called or to have heard of it. But he showed how you can do a Jedi mind trick on people, and basically what it means is you can make them forget about, say, like what he did. He actually if unless him and the cop was in on it, I don't know. But there was something about it that convinced me that it's a real thing. Now, he had a camera in his car and he got a ticket. And then, gaslighting? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I just don't know if that's the right word. Let me explain it and then maybe you can, It sounds right, though, gaslighting. He made the cop change his mind. The cop was going to he pulled him over. He was going to write him a ticket, right? And before the cop even opened his mouth, the dude said something like, "Oh, you're talking to Jamia? All right. Oh, okay, yeah. See, you just gaslit me. I was trying to talk about something and I got distracted." To me, that's like the creator giving me an instant example of what it is that I was trying to share. The cop came up to him. He was going to write him a ticket. And when he got to the car, the guy said, "Yeah, can you tell me where this street is? I'm looking for this street." And the cop said, "Yeah, you just go down here." And then he said, "Yeah, you just go down here, then you make a left." And then the guy said, "Oh, yeah, all right, thanks a lot. I knew I was near it." And the cop, he turned around and he walked back to his squad car and drove away. Because the dude, he gaslit him. You know, he did a Jedi mind trick on him. The cop, he was walking up to the car. He was pulling out his ticket book, and the guy said, "Yeah, thanks. Can you tell me where? I'm trying to figure out where to go." And it worked. The cop, oh, that's not gaslighting. Oh, are you that guy? Are you here to cause trouble, bro? You're not here. You're not here to be divisive, are you? Are you coming in peace, brother? Are you coming in peace, Woodson? And if it's not gaslighting, what is it called? I don't mind you being here, bro, but man, I heard about you. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're somebody else. But be at peace, bro. Come in peace. Don't bring division or, you know, as long as you come in peace, man, you're welcome. You can even I forgot to put the link in the room. If you want to come on, you can even do that. So here's my link if you decide you want to come on and you want to share with us anything. So anyway, back to what I was saying, we read in the scripture here, we reading about some attributes that are in Psalm 82 in the CJB, and we reading about attributes of the Creator, of Elion, and then we go down a little further, and then Adonai, he says, he alone led his people. So now we're thinking everything we read, we attribute to Adonai. To me, that sounds like gaslighting. Let's look at what the word gaslighting means. Why not just let's see what it means. Definition of gaslighting. The definition is shoot, I gotta close the shades. Too much glare. Hold on. Okay. It says gaslighting, it means to manipulate someone using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning. Okay, now, from what I was describing, it's not, it was nothing really harmful about what the video, what the guy was showing. I mean, it was nothing that I saw to make someone want to question their sanity, or it wasn't detrimental, but he distracted the officer. And the reason why I'm even expounding on this is because that's what the Bible is. The Bible, we were gaslit the hell out of. And what the Creator is doing now is He is showing us how we were gaslighted, how we were manipulated, how a Jedi mind trick was done on us. See, we coming out of that now, and He's doing it very easily, very simply. See, we can go back to that verse. We read about the goodness of Elion first. He's talking about. I mean, you can see these attributes here. It's very honorable attributes. Okay. May my speech condense like dew, like rain, blades of grass, showers on growing plants. And then it says, but for I will proclaim the name of Adonai. So now we're being set up right off the bat. So now we're taking Adonai. So everything else that we read, everything is about Adonai. He comes clean in verse 8. For 1 second, he comes clean and talks about the Creator. But then he goes right back to himself, man. Now, but he poisoned the well, and he goes right back to talking about himself. Adonai alone led his people. No alien God was with them. He made them ride on the heights of the earth. They ate the produce of the field. And then when you go back and you read the account of Israel in the wilderness, I think that's Yahweh. He lets them starve. He gets mad at them. That's Yahweh. He got mad at Saul. You didn't do what I said. You can't no longer be king. I told you to kill everybody. Hell, for all we know, the Amalekites might have been faithists. Now, when you look at it, most likely not, because they had a king over them called Agag. So most likely not. Adonai led his people, not the world. His people is Israel. Adonai led his people. Oh, okay. You're saying that Adonai, well, I'm looking at it like anybody not of the Creator are the world's people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hear you, A-Snap. No man has seen God at any time. It says, yes, that's Yahweh. Paul Wallace is the guy who watched. He is a writer. He used to be a pastor, but knew that God Jesus talked about wasn't the God. Oh, okay. So you know who he is. Cool. On that video that I was showing, brother, you say, no man has seen God at any time. And that's an interesting verse right there. I wonder what that word is that's being used there. Yeah, no man has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him. So there's a verse that you can say he's talking about Elion. Wouldn't you agree? So in all these things, I'm just proposing what I learned from the video that I think is Theos. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant. Theos. Yes, very good, sister. And I just think it's interesting. Now we can read the Bible, and then we can do a word translation. Matter of fact, let's do it. Let's look at Elion, okay? Man, the blue letter Bible, man, that shakes you up, man. They shake you up. Theos. Here's the word Theos, but then they say, man, this is pretty unbelievable to me. Not that the creator can deceive theologians, but that he can make it so that plain people can easily see the difference. Easily see the difference. Theos, creator. They say here, they put Theos, the blue letter Bible, man. I'm sorry, that just amazes me. So let's do this because this is what the reading was supposed to be. Let me see. ASNAT says theocracy. Theocratic rule means rule by theos. Well, it should be. That's not the way it is. Actually, there's no theocracy. I mean, because a theocracy is like a form of government. We don't have that. It should be we live under a theocracy. We should be living under a theos government, but that's the kingdom of God, and it ain't here. So there ain't no theocracy here. There's a demon rule, which is democracy, which means demonic rule. We got that. You can see that. Okay, so let's look at Elion real quick. Let's look at you're agreeing with me, Asanat? Okay. Let's look at Elion right quick. Okay, so I got some verses here in my room that's talking about Elion. So let's go ahead. Let's look at these. This is what I want to share for the video today. Real blessing, man. Real blessing. You know, real blessing, man. See, now we can go back and have fun. It's like the creator, he's lifted the false god skirts. He's done shown their nakedness, man. The creator has shown the nakedness of. I'm sorry for you. It's like amazing to me. I'm sorry, man. I am sorry that, let me see. Psalm 83:18. It's like he's done shown us. I mean, it's just amazing to me. It's so amazing to me to show you the power of the false gods to deceive. Okay, now let's look for you. Let's look for Elion. Okay, here it is right here. So let's look at all the verses with Elion in it. Because see, then we know this is talking about the creator. See? All these verses that, am I sharing the screen? No. That's how I know David. But Asenap didn't catch it either. So, see? She fall asleep sometimes just like I do. Yeah. Okay, let me do a little house cleaning here first. Okay. So all these words here is Elion. Okay. All these words we're going to look at is talking about the creator. Not all of them, because some refer to like a high place, like the highest. The highest. Now, see, we looked at the definition earlier in the Strong's Concordance about theos. It gets theos wrong, man. Now we're looking at Elion in the Old Testament, and it gets it right. Now, why in the hell is that? How can you speak out of both sides of your mouth like that? See, because see here, this is the word for Elion. It means high, most high. High is mentioned 18 times, most high 9 times, high in the small h, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, 9 times, upper 8 times, higher 4 times, highest 2 times, above 1 time, highest 1 time, uppermost 1 time. So you get the idea. It's talking about, just like Deuteronomy 6 says, the Hebrew Shema, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Now I know it says the Lord, but we can look at that too to know that it's talking about the Creator, talking about the Creator. See, AceNet, she says, those in charge did this to stay in charge by changing the words and language. Sister, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Is that not? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Wow. The Blue Letter Bible, man. I'm sorry, man. I just found it absolutely incredible. Wow. All right, so let's look at the word. Let's look at Elion. Now, it ain't mentioned too many times, but in the context where it's talking about the Creator. But let's look at these verses together, okay? Now, we're going to start with this one. So this word here, it means Elion. See that? Elion, what we just clicked on? So let's read the verse now so we can know who it's talking about. Genesis 14:18. It says, and Melchizedek. Now, I'm not reading the whole context. Asaph says 1 Corinthians 14:33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. Yep, that's got to be talking about Theos. I bet you that's talking about Theos. See, now you got me. You got me wanting to look at. I want to look at that right now. I want to see what that word is, man. I want to see that word. Okay, 1 Corinthians 14:33. Let's look at it together. See, it's like, for me, the Creator is giving me a new toy to play with. I'm sorry for the sad analogy, but it keeps your mind preoccupied. When you study, when you read, when you find new joy at how the Creator, He can let men go on, He can let the false gods go on deceiving themselves. He can let them go on deceiving themselves. And then the Creator, he picks a time, He says, okay, that's enough. That's enough, man. I'm going to go ahead and wake my people up. This is how I'm going to do it. You can go into the world right now and ask a Jesuit, hey, who's the God of the New Testament? He might say Yahweh. You see how it goes? You know? Who's the God of the New Testament? What else can he say? Let me see. He know enough not to say Baal or Ashtaroth. Now, what's the name of this God in 1 Corinthians 14:33? What's his name? What is his name? Oh, look at that. Yeah. Okay. I don't even know why I went to this. You can see that in the verse. So they got it right. They call him Theos. See? Yeah. So this verse is an instance where they're actually talking about the Creator. But the problem is it's all jumbled up and mixed together. The Old and the New Testament are jumbled up and mixed together, and it leads you to think that everything is talking about the Creator when it's not. That's the deception we've been under. That is the deception we've been under. All right. I forgot to share the tab, but there it is right there. That's 1 Corinthians 14:33. Now let's look at some of the Old Testament verses. These are all verses, let's see. I got to make another screen out of this. Let's see. Let me make another screen because we're going to look at all the verses where it talks about Theos or Elion. So we can read all these right here. Okay, let's start with Genesis 14:18. Genesis 14:18. Let's read that. We're going to go through all these verses, as many as we can, and we're going to see where it's talking about Elion. It says here, Genesis 14:18. It says, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. Okay, Melchizedek. Now, see the thing with this verse right here, where do we read in the OAHSPE where the Creator, he requires a sacrifice? You know what I mean? Where he requires bread and wine. Why did he bring bread and wine to who it says here is the Elion? Why is he doing? Who required that? Doesn't the Bible say sacrifices and offerings I would not, but a body thou hast prepared? That says El Elyon is not Theos. That's what Paul Wallace is teaching on. Okay, that's cool. If that's the case, yeah. Well, no, wait a minute. But Elyon in the Old Testament is the creator. So it's like the names mean the same. I mean, he's saying that Elion, I mean, they're only different in name, if you want to dissect it like that. But Elion and Theos is talking about the creator. Elion and Theos is talking about the creator. One in Hebrew and one in Greek. It's how I understand it. Okay, so Melchizedek bringing bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. So I look at this, I say, I don't know if he was. I mean, he's bringing sacrifices and offerings, and you don't see where the creator, where he requires that. And it says that he was the priest of the Most High God. So that kind of leaves you hanging. I mean, anybody could say, I'm the priest of the Most High God. So let's see if other verses can help us out. Let me make sure that word is Elion. Yep, Elion. Elion. So let's look at the next verse. It says, and he blessed him and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. So what I seem to be seeing here is that name is talking about the creator. They're going to use it like we're talking about the creator, but it's like let me see, how can I phrase it? I mean, I'm just trying to provide how I interpret this. He says that Abram is of the creator. Okay, so I agree with that. He was basically one of the progenitors of the different regions of the earth, the Middle East primarily. So the next verse, it says, and blessed be the creator God. The creator. Because creator is not a God. He's different. He's higher than a God. Verse 14, Genesis 14:20. It says, and blessed be the Most High. And it means the creator. I just don't think that he's given even though the OAHSPE was here. It was in the world at the time of these scholars. But he didn't reveal it to them. He did not reveal this overstand, and not like it's impossible, but I'm really amazed. I mean, not that anything is too hard for the Creator. And I don't think that they meant to deceive anyone. They just didn't get the information. He didn't share it with them. And then in verse 22, that word there is Elion. That means the Creator. And they say, and Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up my hand unto the Lord, the Most High. That's the Creator, God. It says God, the possessor of heaven and earth. Okay, that's the Creator. And then Genesis 40, it says, and the uppermost, okay, so it's like positional there. In the uppermost basket, there was an all manner of baker meat. Okay, so that's basically like a, description. It's like a description. But see, then the Creator, in this case, so it's like the word is used to signify position, or I'm trying to, well, you can't really use that. It's talking about something else here, using the word Elion to represent something that is better than another. It says, in the uppermost basket, there was all manner of baked meats for Pharaoh, and the birds did eat them out of the basket upon my head. So basically, it's talking about the order of something, the order of something. And then in Numbers, it says, he said, which heard, he have said, which heard the words of God and knew the knowledge of the Elion, which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. Okay, so let's look at this one because it requires a little bit of Numbers 24-16. Okay, so let's look at that. Numbers 24-16. Numbers 24-16. Okay, so what's this all about? Numbers 20, the prophecy of Baal Peor. Okay, that's where Israel was led astray. They were enticed to fall through sexuality, desire for sex with the temple prostitutes, right? That's the prophecy of Baal from Baal Peor, Numbers 23, actually, right? So we wanted Numbers 24-16. And it says, he has said, which heard the words of God. So that's Elion. So let's get a little context. Verse 13, it says, let's start at verse 12. It says, and Balaam said unto Balak, spake I not also to thy messengers which thou sendest unto me? So I got to go further up. Shoot, man, we end up having to go through the whole chapter. Shoot. Oh, man, I don't want to go all the way up. Let's try to see if we can go from verse 10. It says, and Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam. Okay. Balaam. Now, shoot, we got to go all the way back up here. We got to go. Let's go to verse 1. It says, and when Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he went not as at other times to seek for enchantments, but he set his face toward the wilderness. So I forget the story of Balaam and Balak. Let's read anyway. It says, and Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents, according to their tribes, in the Spirit of God. Now, let's see what that word God, what's being used there. And the Spirit of God. Okay, thanks, Snap. Thank you. Okay. Now let's see what this word. Okay, Elohim. So in Numbers, the story of Balaam and Israel is dealing with the Elohim. Those are the powers, different gods. Elohim. Elohim, different gods. This is not the creator. Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. But the Elohim are who were deceiving. They were doing the deceiving of Israel, the Elohim. And the same thing is going on in the world today. There are people who worship the Elohim. This word here, oh, wait a minute. I clicked off of it. Normally, Numbers. Okay, sorry about that, brother. I clicked off by mistake. I don't know what happened there, but sorry about that. All right. So we looking at Elion. We looking at Elion. Elion is the creator. So we know that when we read now, and I'm looking at different verses so that we can see when it's talking about the creator and it's talking about other gods, false gods. So let me keep going here. Now we were trying to get the context, and basically, Balaam is representing. It's like he's representing Faithus. Let me think. Make sure I'm saying this right. The Asaph says Adonai and Baal are having a war over Israel in there. Okay. Let me get this. Let me see. Balak, Balak's anger was kindled. I'm trying to figure out who's who so I could better understand the word Elion in verse 16, because I forget the account of Balak and Balaam. I know it has something to do with a curse that was put on that was that Balak, I think, was trying to put on Balaam. I'm trying to remember this account. When Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he went not as at other times. So Balaam is wanting to curse Israel, but he got not tricked, but the Creator, he turned his words into a blessing. To a blessing. Now let me prove that it was the Creator. Let me find where the Creator. Let me make that point where it was the Creator. Okay, let me go on. It says, verse 2, and Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents, according to their tribes, and the Spirit of God came upon him. Okay, I think that's what I was looking at. Now let's see which God came upon Balaam. It wasn't the Creator, so right off the bat, we should be able to see that. And the Spirit of God, yep, see, the Elohim comes against Balaam. It's the Elohim, the gods. They come upon Balaam to curse Israel. the faithless. I'm saying the faithless. So when we read verse 2 here, and it says that Balaam lifted up his eyes and he saw Israel abiding in tents according to the tribes. The Spirit of God that came upon Balaam are the Elohim, the powers, the false gods. And then verse 3, it says, and he took up this parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, had said, and the man whose eyes are open have said, verse 4, he has said, which heard the words of the Elohim, that's the Elohim, which saw the visions. Oh, shoot, man. Am I even sharing the screen? Let me see. I had a little disruption there. Let me make sure I'm sharing the screen. I might not even be sharing the screen. Doggone it. I wasn't even sharing the screen. Shame on me, man. Shame on me for forgetting so much to share the screen. Okay. Verse 3. Okay, so we have established that this account we're reading, the account of Balaam and him trying to curse Israel. Balaam is the false god or a prophet or whatever you want to call him, and he's influenced by false gods. We know that because when we look at the verse, we see that he was under the Elohim. He was agnostic. All right, good to see you, bro. We just doing our reading on how we can see the Creator in the Bible as opposed to false gods. Now, we know that Balaam is being dealt with by false gods because it says that he heard the voice of, I'm looking for the word, Elohim right here. This word, Elohim. That's not the Creator. The Elohim. Elohim. So now we can go back and we can see what side, who's on what side. So, verse 3, it says, Balaam, he takes up a parable and he says, Balaam, the son of Beor, had said. So, if we look at Beor, then we can know that he's also in the line of false gods. He's the son of Beor, have said, the man whose eyes are open, have said, he has said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty. Now, let me look at that word Almighty, because I'll bet you it's not talking about Elion. Okay, this word here is Sadeh. Balaam is calling the Almighty here Sadeh. And that word means Almighty, most powerful, Shaddai. And El Shaddai is not the creator, although they're using and they're defining the Elohim. See, you see what's going on? It's like, man, if you don't know the words, man, you are just sunk. We're all sunk, man, you know? And many people ain't got the patience to sit down and really flesh it out, man. Get the understanding. So now that when we read the Bible, we can see the Creator, and basically the benefit is the Creator is going to show you his character. His character is going to remain true. That's basically, you're home free, man, when you lock down the Creator's character. That's all it is right there. Everything else is confusion. And that's where the Elohim want us. That's it right there. That's the whole story right there, man. When we get the character of the Creator, which never changes, then we are home free, man. We can go anywhere and read in the Bible. See, in this instance, he says, The Almighty, Balaam is calling the Creator Shaddai. Now that means the Almighty of God. Now you can reason that, yeah, that's the Creator. But he's talking about, we've already seen that he's under false gods. Balaam. We can tell by what he does that he's under false gods. See, it's gaslighting. We're under a lot of gaslighting. Only the Creator can break that. He's got to break it, man. You know? Thanks, Asenath. Thank you. Thank you, sis. Elohim flooded the world. Elohim wanted to kill, or Yahweh wanted to kill all of them, every single Amalekite. And when Saul said, or was it Saul, or yeah, when he said, well, yeah, I killed everybody, but then I saved the best for you, and he got mad and took Saul out of rulership. So once you get the flavor of the Creator's character, brother, you are home free. And you can give thanks and praise the Creator out of deception. And you, brethren, see the world. You see the world. It's got a hold on them. They don't know the difference between theos and who are the gods of the Greek New Testament. You know, the different gods of the Greeks, they had many gods, man. You know. Now we can read the Bible with overstanding in addition to all the information that we have. That's the benefit that we're under. And this thing ain't being revealed to even the smartest of people in the world today, like the theologians. We just looked at how they described theos. They said it was many gods, basically. That's unbelievable to me. We just looked at it. Theos. Again, let me show you, brother, the screen where I got my information. Let me show you the screen where I got my information. This YouTube channel right here. The spirit, the anointing of the Creator is on, well, I don't know, because I don't know everything that they teach. But I'm referring this channel to you, brethren, as a place to where you can drink some water. Where you can drink some water. Now, again, I don't know everything that they are teaching. I don't know. I just saw I made demands. I was making demands because I was in a state of frustration, and I demanded to know what was in my. I had to demand it, you know. And the Creator, He answered me. Now I'm sharing it with you. See, and I just think it blesses. I'm telling you, man, it blesses my soul. So that will conclude the reading of this word. I probably should go into it a couple of more days so we can glorify the Creator and show how false gods, they can deceive us. We call them false because of their actions, going around killing, making sacrifices, bloodshed. We see that's the easy part. That's the low-hanging fruit, you know. Let me see. Asenat says, yes, he is on point in that channel. Paul Wallace used to be a Vatican pastor. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Man, you know a lot, Asenat. I didn't know that. He's married to a woman of color now. Wow. All right. Yeah. He blessed me. I mean, it's amazing how you can, now you brother can just do the study yourself. See? Creator, He letting us go free now. We don't have to be in bondage like the world. See, it's like the world, they just use it. You can't just use the Creator like that. You got to be serious, man. You know, you got to be serious when you're talking about I like what the sister told me about. She kept asking about the things that she now knows. She kept asking. She read books. She showed a willingness. She showed a willingness. I do the same thing, you know, but I don't have nearly the understanding that you brethren have, you know. But I'm on that road now. I'm on that road. I didn't look. I didn't think to. I didn't want to read a bunch of books, man, because I just in my soul couldn't trust anybody, you know. Just couldn't trust anybody to teach me. But now things like this are happening. The creator is saying, this is how you know what, you know, where this vibration came from. And this is how you know where that vibration came from. And now you free to, now you can go all the rest of your life knowing that the creator, he's giving you this understanding. Now you can make it to the end. We know that we can make it to the end, you know. We can make it to the end. That's what I love about, you know, this particular lesson that the creator is shared with me. Now I know that, you read something, you can teach other brethren, you know. Oh, thanks, Shamia. Yeah, put the link if the reading's over with. I'm finished for looking at this for today. I'm gonna keep on it though. Just keep I'm showing us like where we can see the creator, and where I wonder if it's even, I'm sure you brethren know, I just have more faith in you brethren to know way more than the things that I'm only just now learning. I'm just excited because I been in bondage, I've been in captivity, I've been in deity worship, and I'm very thankful that I've been brought out of it. And I'm thrilled for anybody else who comes out of it too, because we know that there's a there is a date, there is a time set aside for each one of us where if we can say anything at all, man, it's like I did not fall under deity worship, idolatry, because the creator, man, he's very clear. These are people that are going to go into bondage, and he'll make no excuses, you know. See, A-Stan says each one must teach one. We're all on different paths. Yeah, that's true. You just want to be found in the field plowing, man. That's all I know. Just so long as you out there in the field with the rest of us, it's all good. You want to be in that position. When we looking at a situation, man, I'm telling you, we in a dangerous place. I mean, I'm sure you brethren, So anyway, I'm gonna keep it going for like maybe another 5 minutes, and if y'all want to come in and share anything, you want to share a word, share a lesson, or you met the love of your life and you're thinking about getting married, you know, then feel free. So I love, boy, I tell you, I got to say this again. If anybody, if I demanded I demanded to know what I'm talking, what I'm sharing with you, brother tonight. I mean, it was something you do in your soul. You set yourself, and the Creator answered me, and pretty speedily too. You can look, you can more directly. Oh man, it's just too much for me. You can now open the scriptures. You can see the Creator, and He also talks about Himself in other ways too, where you can now look at the context. Like one of the things that guy said in this video, he went to the prophet. He talked about, I think it was Elijah, or he's talking about Ezekiel, and how he went up in the, what is it, the ship, or he was, he went to the vessel, or was some type of, he was describing a some type of vehicle or something, and the guy talked about the word. He was showing you about, there was a word that describes glory. Shekinah, I think it is. And he was talking about the mistake that most people make because they talk about the glory. He was fleshing out the word vision. Vision. Ezekiel, he saw vision. And people treat it like it's something imaginary, but it was an actual thing that Ezekiel was describing. And he was describing what we call like a UFO. And the guy was bringing out how we have settled in our mind what the word glory means, what it means, and how it's something that is imaginary. And so we read and we attribute things to being non material when in fact they are material. And he was talking about the ship that Ezekiel was in and how it was a real thing, and talked about the technology of previous civilizations. And we weren't nowhere near the technology of previous civilizations. I mean, from what I learned, it's almost embarrassing the technology that previous civilizations had. I think he even mentioned Atlantis, Mu, land of Mu. And here we're thinking, we're advanced more than anybody else, most advanced civilization. Only come to find out, we're probably the least advanced of all well, I don't know of all the civilizations that have been, but the guy was sharing how the vision that Ezekiel was talking about, it showed a technology that we haven't even seen, we've never seen before. We've been deceived. We have been deceived like you wouldn't believe, man. We have been deceived. So that's the best I can do for today. So thanks a lot, brethren, for joining me, man. You bless my soul. I thank the Creator for giving me the opportunity to try to share something that somebody might really give them an encouragement, might help you to go and share something that might deliver somebody else, man. So I want to give thanks to the Creator for this opportunity. Try to be a light while I'm in this reality. Brethren, thank you so much for joining me. And you want me to read something, Asenat? Psalm 106:29. Okay. Psalm 106:29. Let's look at Psalm. Let's look at Psalm 106:29. Oh, okay, now you want to join us? Okay. Let me see. Psalm 106:29. Let's look at that. Psalm 106:29. Okay. Psalm 106:9. It says, "Thus they provoked him to anger with their." Oh, so he's coming in? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Bring you in. Let's see. Oh, Nazi. Okay. All right. Can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you, man. What's going on? How you doing?
Okay. How you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah. I'm on my way to work right now, but 'cause I see you about to get to cut it off. So what I'm gonna do is because I've done lessons on this about who the creator is, things like that. So
Uh-huh.
what I want to do is
Hey, do you have a link? Do you have a link you can put in the room?
just type in my you can just type in my name, Gnostic Warrior, and you will see the avatar I have on it linked in there. The what is that? The whirlwind vortex. You should be able to see it, and then when you click on that, you automatically recognize my voice once you click on the video. You
Uh,
understand? So, but yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recommend you get. You don't have to get it, but I will recommend it. It's a book I had did a video on called the Yahweh Conspiracy, and this other book I didn't do a video on it, but
oh, that ought to be good.
it's called Osiris and the Egyptian Resurrection. So what I want to do is okay, so let's do this real quick. Okay, let's say for an example, We never heard about the Bible. We never heard about the Quran. They're watching none of these religious books. We never heard about any of these books, right? So man has been here. Man has been here for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We place them as built. We place them in the billions of years, millions of years. Style. We don't really know. We're just guessing and speculating, right? Okay. So before these books, it was just man. It was man here and the animals, right? So what we have to understand is because we have to get this fear of God, this concept of God, this fear out of us. It's nothing but fear because man came up with the concept and idea of God because man was here by himself. No God came out of heaven and said this is the law, statutes, commandments, things like that. I did videos on this. You know what I'm saying? So like, okay, so let me do this. Okay, so like with the Egyptians, right? A lot of people say that the Egyptians worship many gods, right? But that's not true. Okay, so like when people say the Egyptians, they never tell you, okay, what actual living historical people are the Egyptians made of? What tribes are these people? Right? They just say the Egyptians. Okay, who is that? Can mean anybody. Who is that? Where are these people located at? We know they're in Egypt, but like today in actual history, can you go among somebody and say, "Hey, are you an Egyptian?" They're gonna look at you like, "What? What are you talking about? You mean what tribe do I come from?" You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read this to you, okay? Because I did a video on this uh called "The Advocates Who Wrote the Bible," and I show and prove that black people came up with the concept and idea of God. That's why you believe in God. That's why the whole world believes in God. So while black people was having a so-called identity crisis, they want to be Hebrews, Jews, Muslim, Moors, all these different labels. They don't mean jack shit. We're trying to find out what made us. How did we get here? So man is guessing and speculating. So in the book, The Advocates of the Bible, the author tells you that black people came up with the concept and idea of God. Black people came up with the concept and idea of heaven, hell, angels, demons, and the
Okay,
European.
now how does he know?
What do you mean? Because he he's the African what do you call it? He lives in Africa. He's from the Akan tribe, right? And this is one of the tribes that makes up the Egyptian people, the ancient Egyptians back in the day. And this is through oral tradition. It's not something that's written down. This is oral tradition because that's what the ancient Israelites, that's what they was going by back in the day, oral tradition, verbally, from father to son, generation to generation. Then man started writing things down like on stone, on the walls, and then he started writing the papyruses and things like that. Then paper, all the stuff is coming later on periods. It's like an evolutionary thing, right? There's stories, okay? Because anything you write down is going to get lost in translation. Nothing is going to be perfected. It's going to get lost somewhere, so it has to start off in story wise, and then from stories you start writing things down and things like that, right? So let me read this to you from this book called "The Egyptian and the Osiris and the Egyptian Resurrection" by Wallace E. Budge, right? Now this is just in the preface page in the introduction. Now listen to what this dude say. He's way before me. I was born in '82. This dude was born like in probably 1840 something, whatever. Now listen to what he says. Let me see here. Let me turn my flashlight on. Okay, check this out. All right. Uh, when I read it, I said, "What this man just say?" I said, "Well, if he's saying the same thing I said, he said this decades before I did. I came across information. Let's see here. Give me one second. And then in the Yahweh conspiracy book, it said the same exact thing about who this Yahweh character, who this Yahweh character is. Let me see here. Here it is right here. Right here. Because a lot of people they downplay the Egyptian like they would just enter this demonic devilish worship, but they have no clue what they're talking about. Like they'll worship all these different deities. No, that's not true. You have to delve into there what was their life like? What was they doing? Where is it at? Right here. Give me one second. I just highlighted this part too. I said, let me Let me bring this on so I can share this with the brother before he gets off. And like I said, I did videos on this, and when I brought this out of my videos, a lot of people said, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't it be possible for man to come up with a concept and idea of God? Because every religion has a concept and idea of God. Because there's different concepts of heaven and hell. Some people say it's hot in hell. Some people say it's cold in hell. I did videos on that. So which one is right? So when you die, and the priests and pastors and say, if you don't accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you're gonna go to hell. Well, which one are you going to? You're going to go to the heaven that's cold, or the hell that's cold, or the hell that's hot? Which one is it? All right, so listen to this. All right, so this is on the preface section, right? Preface section, and he's speaking about the Egyptian religion, what about Osiris and things like that, about the halls of Ma'at and the dead judgment and things of that nature, right? So he's going through all of this stuff, and he says this. He says, we may now summarize briefly the character of the ancient religion of Egypt. He says, the recessions of the Book of the Dead and cognic works prove that in addition to Osiris, the Egyptian paid divine honors to the sun god, moon god, air god, water god, sky god, earth god, Nile god, and to a host of spirits of whom we know the names of about 3,000. He says this, what relation all these gods and spirits bore to each other and to Osiris is not clear at first. It's not first clear. And it is the realization of the existence of these which has induced some writers to declare that the Egyptians was nothing but a polytheistic cult. That's what people believe. They say the Egyptians worshiped all these gods. Now listen to what he says. He says, and yet it was not, for the Egyptians believed in the existence of one great God, self-produced, self-existent, almighty, and eternal, who created the gods, the heavens, the sun, the moon, and stars in them, and the earth and everything on it, including man and beasts, birds, fish, and reptiles. They believed he maintained in being everything which he had created, and that he was the support of the universe and Lord of it all. Listen to this. Of this God. Now listen to this. Now listen to what I'm about to say. What I'm about to read to you is going to sound very familiar to what the WAPSI says, what the Old Testament says. It says, "Do not make any forms of figure of God." Listen to what this dude is about to say. He says this: Of this God, they never attempted to make any form. They never attempted to make any figure, form, likeness, or similitude, for they thought that no man could depict. They thought that no man could depict or describe him, and that all his attributes were quite beyond man's comprehension. On the rare occasions in which he is mentioned in their writings, he is always called Neter, meaning God, and besides this, he has no name. The exact meaning of the word Neter is unknown. So that means that we have no clue what God is. So man, that's why in the Bible says, God said, let us make man in our image likeness. This is man coming with a concept and idea and say, oh shit, well, I guess God looks like me. No, this dude just told you that the Egyptians said, hey man, we have no clue what God is. We're not gonna even try to make any type of image of what this being is. What we don't know what the hell it is. So we gotta guess and speculate it. That's why in the Bible says, in the Old Testament says, you're not making any forms of figures in the likeness of the heavens, in the earth beneath, the fish, the fowl, the air. He said, do not make any images. The Bible say the same goddamn thing. So that means that we have no clue what God is, man. So you have to get the fear. Take that fear out. In this book called the Yahweh Conspiracy, right? Listen what this dude says. Somebody in the chat mentioned El Young. Y'all speaking about that in the Strong Concordance. Listen to what this dude say. This book is called The Yahweh Conspiracy, written by John Vasucci. Listen to what this dude say. I did videos on this. This is just an introduction. It says Yahweh. Or does it call him Jehovah, right? It said Jehovah, Yahweh is the Most High. Listen what this dude about to say. They say Yahweh, the fallen son of the Most High. It says the adherents of rabbinical Judaism and those of normative Christianity regard Yahweh and El as one and the same deity. However, this is not the case. El Elyon was the Most High God and creator of the universe, but Yahweh was one of the sons of El Elyon, who along with his brothers received an inheritance from his father El and was made a ruler of ancient Israel. When El Elyon, the Most High God, allotted territories to the sons of Adam, he appointed one of his sons to rule over each nation in order to administer his government. It says, now it's giving you a reference to go to Deuteronomy 32, 7 and 8. He says, remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations, and ask the Father, he will show you, thy elders, and they will tell you. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the numbers of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion, so we have the Lord in capital,
Hey,
L-O-R-D.
hey, what was that reference again?
This is Deuteronomy 32, Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 78. Right? So it goes on
Yeah.
to say here that Moses states many generations before his time, the Most High, that is El Elyon, as the Hebrew text has it, separated descendants of Adam and therefore humanity according to their tribes. He allotted a territory to each tribe that is later referred to as a nation. Jacob, that is
What was that verse again? It was Deuteronomy 30, 32.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7 and 8.
Deuteronomy chapter 32.
Yeah, chapter 32, verse 7 and 8. So he
Okay.
goes on to say here that so we know that Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And he says here that uh let me go back here. So he says that he allotted a territory to each tribe that is later referred to as a nation. Jacob, that is Israel, was by lot allocated to the Lord, that is Yahweh. He says here that as the Hebrew text has it, the King James Bible is based on the Hebrew Masoretic text, which was compiled several centuries after the birth of Jesus. That is why the text reads, El Young divided the tribes of nations, but in accordance with the number of the children of Israel. However, the Jewish scribes known as the Masoretes corrupted the text and altered its original reading, as it is attested by some earlier versions of this passage. He goes on to talk about the Greek Septuagint talks about it, the Samatri's Old Latin version, the Quran, Dead Sea Scrolls, and even in the what is this here? The New Jerome Bible commentary. It says compiled by 3 Catholic scholars on page 108 admits that the phrase sons of Israel should be read as the sons of God. It says the Hebrew text is based on the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the Greek Septuagint reads, recall the days of antiquity, positive years of a multitude of generations, inquire of your father, and he will reveal to you your elders, and they will explain. When Elyon, the Most High, marked the boundary of the nations, he separated the clans and gave them an inheritance. So they're telling you here that your Yahweh, the Bible, he's a son of the Most High. Now, keep in mind what I just told you in the beginning. Man came up with the concept and idea of God. I'm gonna say it again. Humanity, mankind, came up with the concept and idea of God. Because if they say that they go back to Egypt and they found these bones of so-called Lucy dating back to 3.5 million years ago, she's predating some damn Bible. She's predating some OAHSPE. She's predating the Qurans. She's predating the Dead Sea Scrolls. She's predating all of that shit. So what was her language? What was her concept and idea of God? Because she wasn't stupid. So like I said, brother, you have to. I know a lot of people gravitate towards the WASPy, and like I said, I've done videos on the WASPy, but I'm not stuck in that book. You can't be stuck in that. You can't be stuck in a book. You have to go outside of the book, because if you get stuck in the book and say, "Oh, the WASPy says this," the WASPy says that, I can point out errors in that WASPy, because in the
Like what?
WASPy,
Like what?
because okay, so in the now remember I just told you, I said that the Egyptians didn't have they didn't make an image or a likeness of God. They said we don't know what God is. Now the in the OAHSPE said that the Egyptians are in hell. Now remember, the
Where does it
Egyptians,
say that? Do you remember where it says that?
it's I forget what book is in, but it's in there because I remember that Zion Lex and Sela Shalom had did a debate, and Zion Lex had brought it out, and he said, you see in the OAHSPE, he said that the Egyptians are in hell because even in the OAHSPE, he said that Moses had to go into hell and rescue one of the pharaohs or something like that. It's in there. I haven't read it. It's been a while since I read it, but
Yeah, yeah, I remember. I remember that account where he was it Moses or Abraham that told a Pharaoh that you won't see me again until you call for me or something like that.
yeah. So now
And
remember, like I just said, you have the what is that called, the papyrus or the Egyptian hieroglyphics or the dead or the book of the dead or whatever you want to call it.
so let me interrupt you for a second. You're saying that it's problematic that the OAHSPE talks about God's going and rescuing spirits from hell.
Mm-hmm. Right, because he said that the Egyptians are in hell, right? Now remember I told you in the beginning, black people came up with the concept and idea of hell. Now in the OAHSPE it says, I'm paraphrasing. Remember I said I haven't read it in a while, but the OAHSPE says that hell is walls of fire. It's walls of fire, and the spirits can't get out until they're let out, until certain deeds are done, things like that. Now remember I just told you that there are different concepts of hell because some cultures say that hell is cold. Some cultures say that hell is hot. And Wapsi is telling you that, he's telling you that hell is surrounded by fires of walls of fire. So you know what I'm saying? It's different concepts and ideas to this thing. Now remember I just told you that in that book that Africans wrote, the Bible, the goddamn Jew, he comes out of his own mouth and tells you that black people came with the concept and idea of God. And in another book that I have called the church that your the book that your church doesn't want you to know, in that book it say the same damn thing. That it says that black folks are predating the Bible, predating the Quran, predating the Egyptian tablets, all of those texts. Black people are predating all of that stuff. And they're telling you clear as day that black folks had the power over God, nature, and everything that you could think of. I remember I told you that when we say the word voodoo, voodoo just means spirit. Spirit has no image. Spirit has no race. Spirit has no color. Spirit has no language. None of that stuff. It's beyond man's comprehension. So if we know that what we call God is infinite, and we are finite beings, and God is infinite, if we want to go by the OAHSPE accounts, it says that Jehovah or God, what we call God, is infinite, and he's beyond human comprehension. That means that man will never know. Man will never get to know what God is. Because in the OAHSPE says that man, he says, death I have made that man may rise up and inherit my ethereal worlds. So that means that the gods, they don't even know what God is because they still searching. They ain't found what God is yet. And they've been exploring different planets for thousands of years and they still ain't found God. So that means that from the
Wait,
time you
whoa. You saying a lot here. You saying you know,
I know it's
you're
a lot,
talking about you're talking about finding the creator. You're talking
it's a
about
lot.
God not having been able to find the creator.
Okay, so in the WASP it says that the creator has no image. The creator is beyond he's beyond comprehension, man's comprehension. It says in the WASP it says that Jehovah or God, what we call God, the creator of all, is not in the image of man likeness. He's not sitting on a throne like a man. So that means that you cannot assign the creator any type of form, image, likeness, color, none of that stuff. Because if you do, and you say that the creator is made of light, you have just demoted and you have just diminished the creator into and the creator is above his creation.
Oh, I don't think that.
That's
No, I don't buy
brother.
that at
It's
all. No, because
the book that brother, the book that you read in the WASPE, it's telling you clear as day. It's telling you that the creator is not in the image of a man. So that
yeah,
means
I
that the
understand.
creator is not.
I understand all that. I understand all that. All I'm
Now listen,
saying,
listen to this, listen to this. I'm not right. It has in the
there's something wrong.
it says that
There's something wrong with your mic.
the WASPE says that it says that this is not a perfect book. It's telling you clear as day that this is not a perfect book, right? Okay, so that means that there's going to be it's not perfect. No book is perfect. I don't give a shit who wrote it. A goddamn dog could have wrote it. And I critique his ass. No book that man has ever written is perfect. It doesn't matter if he had a vision. It doesn't matter
So
the
let me
same
let,
way.
let, let, let me stop. Let me stop you there for a second. It's not like you don't believe in the Creator, according to the OAHSPE.
I can't hear you.
It's not like you don't believe in the
Hold on for
Creator.
1 second.
All right.
No, brother, I never. Brother, listen what I'm saying. You okay? I never said I didn't believe in the Creator. What I'm telling you is, I'm telling you that man came up with the concept and idea of God. That's why you believe in God. If
So let
man
me
never,
let me, let me, let me, let me interject for a second. So you're telling me that a created being came up with the definition for an uncreated being.
yes. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this.
Now
Let,
how does that make
let me
sense?
hold
How,
on. Let me pull over.
how can
Hold
how
on.
can wait a minute?
Hold
Hold
on.
on a second.
Let
Hey,
me
bro,
pull over.
look, hold on
No,
a
no, I'm
second.
driving.
No,
I'm driving.
hold
Let
on
me
one
pull
second.
over.
Hold on a second, because I'm trying to understand you. I'm not
No,
trying to fight.
I was telling I
I'm
was
just trying
driving.
to.
Let me pull over. Let me
Oh,
pull
okay.
over. I'm driving. Let me pull over. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Now my
Go ahead.
question is, how can a created being define an uncreated being? That's my
Okay,
question.
let me pull over. Okay, I
All
got
right.
you. Give me 2 minutes. I'll
Okay.
explain. That's easy. That's very easy.
Okay.
This we're using common sense and logic and thinking, understanding.
Okay. But the problem is, in order to use these forms of argument, we have to be taught what they even are.
Okay,
And
hold on for
I
1 second.
mean, I'm coming from the standpoint of everything. All the source for anything is from the uncreated being, the self-created. Oh,
Okay, hold on.
if you're gonna argue, use man's logic to better define the unlogical, I say I'm using those words to mean that we can't possibly fully understand the Creator. He says, in the
You're saying
Third
the same
Testament,
thing
I
I just
remember reading something. In the Third Testament, I remember reading something where it said that it would take us 1,000 lifetimes to learn one lesson about the Creator. 1,000 lifetimes. So, if first of all, when you start off referring to created man and his wisdom as compared to the the Creator, I mean, I don't think there's any explanation for that. I don't know how you're going to pull it
let me
off,
park
but
it.
you're welcome to try.
Okay, okay. Now what you just said the same thing. You just said the exact same thing you just said the exact thing I just said. I just told you in the beginning. I read from you from the Egyptian Book of the Dead, from this Osiris and Egyptian resurrection. I just read to you that the Egyptians said they have no concept, they have no idea what God is. They don't give God a name or form an image or likeness. This is predating your WASPE. Now you said how does man give
Wait.
a
Well, hold on a second. Let me ask you this. You said that the Egyptian Book of the Dead, it
okay,
predates the OAHSPE,
yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, but there are many books that predate the OAHSPE,
I'm just using the Egypt
isn't there?
I'll just use this
I
book
mean,
as
and saying that, and saying that, all you're saying is that there are many books that were written before 1868.
okay. Now this is what I'm saying. I'll just use this as an
Not to
example.
even mention manuscripts.
Well, I'm just using this one book for an example. I'm telling you that the Egyptians, they didn't worship all these different gods. They listen. Okay, listen to this. They said they believed, right, that there is a creator that has no
Uh,
form and image or likeness, right?
uh,
They don't try to give it names, definitions, and categories and things like that, right? Now listen to this. Repeat to me what you said. You said, how does man come up with these definitions to try to comprehend something that's infinite, right? Okay, now repeat that what you just said.
oh, you want me to tell you what I just got finished saying?
Yeah, repeat what you just said. You said something along the
Unless,
category.
unless I was saying that unless we are created, our understanding of things, it'll never exceed that from which created us. That's my whole point, a
Okay,
standpoint.
that's the same thing I said. I said that man has no clue. Man has no man his knowledge is
Okay, I'm with you.
limited.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah,
It's limited to understanding what created us. I never said I don't believe in the creator. I didn't say I don't. I'm not an atheist. I know there's
right.
something created us, but I'm not going to give a form and image and likeness to what it is because we had no clue.
Now, I believe that the Creator, that He can give us things to help us to understand that which is, it can never be understood in its fullness. I believe that He gives us wisdom enough to know a crumb of what it is that we want to know. I think He has that ability to do that without revealing Himself fully. I mean, that still makes sense. At one time, all men, they couldn't even help themselves. And the OAHSPE, it says that he was the one that gave man his wisdom. He did it. We didn't give it to ourselves. So I don't exactly know where you're coming from. I mean, if you're trying to make an argument that,
I'm
I mean,
not I'm not
if you
making
say,
I'm not making an argument. I'm just giving you different sources. I came on late, but I was reading in the chat and things like that, and what you presented. I came in late on what the
uh,
topic is about, but you were trying to. I believe you were talking about what the creator is and things of that nature, things like that.
yeah,
So
I was just trying to show that when you pick up the Bible, by looking at how God is described, either if he's described as Elion, then we can know that it's talking about the creator. But if he's described like Elohim or, you know,
mhm.
Lord God, although you read the Bible and it is talking about Lord God, in some contexts, it really is talking about the creator. It's just a word that they, it's
now,
just the weakness of using words and images like that to talk about something that's not even really talking about. But you should be able to get the context out of things that you're reading as to who is talking about.
now
So
let's
there,
check this out. Check this out. Okay, so I'm not arguing with that. I've
okay,
I've done videos in that as well, like who is this God of the Bible and how can we differentiate between who was the creator and who was his deities in the Bible, right? So
okay,
now if we go back in time to ancient time to Moses time, Moses wasn't so like you said like with these definitions and words, okay?
hmm,
Moses back in Moses time, Moses wasn't walking around with a strong concordance or a dictionary,
right,
right? All these ancient cultures, they wasn't walking around with definitions and dictionaries saying, "Oh, it means this in the Hebrew, it means that in the Greek." This is late.
hmm,
This is later on. So if Moses wasn't walking around with a dictionary or Hebrew strong concordance, and then here comes man thousands of years later saying, "Oh, it said Moses said this in the Hebrew." Well, no, he didn't, because Moses didn't write none of the 5 books of Moses,
hmm,
five books of the Bible. So that means that the Old Testament, you already know the Old Testament is flawed. It has errors in it. That means
hmm,
that whatever type of characteristics that man is giving this creator of the Bible is inaccurate because
Well, it sounds to me like you don't believe in inspiration because we talked
okay.
about
Do you know what the word inspiration means?
I know the meaning that I assign to it. It means to receive an overstanding that is not common among men. That's what I say
No,
that inspiration is
you have
when
to
I
go
use that
to.
word.
Okay, like I said before, if you ever want to go to the meaning of a word, the root of a word, go to the
Uh,
etymology of the word. Where did this word come from? So when you say the word inspiration, inspiration means it's dealing with. You can look up it right now on etymology.com. Type in the word inspiration, and you're gonna see that the word means inspire or breathing, or it
yeah.
has something to do with air. So what you just said, your definition of inspiration, that's not right.
Okay, but it's right according to me because I'm describing my understanding of who the creator is. And I am saying that the creator, he inspires me, whether that's the right word. What I mean by that is I have a spirit on me that seeks an entity that is cannot be explained. He cannot be described. He has never been made into an image. Yet I am inspired to believe in such a being. So whether I'm using the right word or not, I really could care less. I know what I mean by it, and I believe that spiritually, if someone is talking to me, they'll know what I mean. So so far as what the legal, etymological, I could care less. As long as I know what I am trying to convey, you know. So that is Yaikwab's definition of inspiration. So regardless of what it means, I mean, it could, but oh, hi, Mahalia. So, what is your point? I mean, you're saying that, we can you give me, can you just like make it simple what you're saying in all this?
Okay, so like I said before, um, since man has been here for a long time, he came up with the concept and idea of God. Like I said, I'm not denying that there's a creator, right?
Uh, yeah.
But the thing is, we don't know what that creator is, and then for us to assign and say the creator said this and said that,
Uh,
and once your time comes, uh, you're gonna be subjected to hell, or you're gonna be uh the angels are gonna grade you on what you did and things like that, and you know what I'm saying?
oh, okay. So you have a problem with the, you have a see, so you have a problem with the way men are judged. If they can't possibly know the criteria for their judgment, then it's unfair for them to be judged. Am I right?
Exactly. Matter of fact, even in the I know a lot of people are against the Holy Quran, but I've read it.
Uh,
And even in the Holy Quran, it tells you that Allah is the word they give for God. They call him Allah. You know that already, right? But
yeah, the
what
power.
they, what
Yeah,
they, what they give for this deity that's in the Quran, they say that it's beyond human comprehension. They don't give
yeah.
it a.
But
They
see,
don't give
I think the thing you miss to know is there are certain. Okay, like I talk about astrology. Okay, I believe that the Creator has given me a gift to be able to discern spirits in that way. Now you're a Leo, and I can probably tell you about yourself. You've already exhibited some things to me that tells me that I think you're telling me the truth when you say you are one. Now these are unwritten things. I wasn't a bookworm or concerning these things. I mean, maybe a little bit, but these type of things pretty much came to me naturally. And I believe it was something the Creator gave to me to help me to walk my walk in this life. I mean, I'm talking about things that are like when you read the OAHSPE, I think this will explain it better. It says that the Creator, He gave man two ways of learning. He gave him corporality, which is basically his mind and reasoning abilities, and He gave him ES, which is called spirit. Now, spirit is the part, I mean, it's it's vibrational type of stuff. And the Creator said He gives that so that man can learn. He also said He gives us a third way to learn. That's the opening up of the libraries of heaven. So, right, I mean, my point is this, that there are some things that you can only ascribe to spirituality that cannot even be explained. I believe that's a lot of what spirituality is. You got people in the world who believe in the Creator, and they can't explain it. Everything ain't written down. There are things that are, I mean, there's a word for it, but that's what the children, that's what sons, pretty much what makes up the Creator is we learn. I think the word is inorganic. I forget. There's a word. And even in the Bible, it talks about, it'll say things like, does not nature even teach you? About how you can learn. Like it talks about men having long hair. And then he says, does not nature even teach you that this shouldn't be the case? Now, whether that's right or wrong, I mean, it's open for debate because the Bible is very problematic. But I think what it's saying is asking you to appeal to common sense. Like women have long hair. Certain things are appropriate for women, certain things are appropriate for men, and you should be able to tell what is what based on the vibration that you're under, and the type of logic that you're under. It's not proper for a man to walk around wearing, well, you know what I mean. So my position is that there a lot of our learning it is unexplainable. You can't explain it. I give you another
Let me ask you
example.
this.
Like I said, I talk to a lot of people. I'll talk to them about their zodiac sign, and I've done it a lot where talk to people, and then hey, this brother he wants your YouTube channel, Omian. So, well, anyway, you know where I'm going. There are things you can learn without any, that are spiritual. There's people like that in the world. You can't explain it. So that's my whole point. That's my whole point. Do you see what I'm saying? Did we lose the brother?
Well, like I said,
Oh,
I'm not attacking you. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh, I dig it. I dig it. I'm just
I'm
trying
just
to
sharing
explain
information.
myself. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just sharing information I came across over the
Yeah,
years,
I hear
me
you,
doing
brother.
research.
I'm just
You know what
saying
I'm saying?
that a lot of things can't be. I mean, we don't
Just
know a
giving
lot.
people different avenues.
Yeah, go ahead. Did we lose? We might have lost the brother. Let's wait on him.
Yeah, that's because I'm driving my
Oh, okay. Oh,
now
okay.
my
Go ahead.
connection keeps on going in and out. 'Cause I was driving, but yeah, you like you're saying, I mean, to be honest, man, we have no clue, man. I mean, like
Well,
I said,
I think he can convey what he wanted
I'm,
to know. Is all I'm
I'm not
saying. I
taking
think
away
he
from
can.
the WASPy. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people love the WASPy and things like that. I'm not. I mean, it's a good book. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Mhm.
um,
But I like other books too, though. I mean, the Nag Hammadi, the Pistis Sophia. It's just that
uh,
I only recently got turned on to the OAHSPE, and it delivered me from deity worship. That's the biggest thing I'm grateful for. I might go into now the Keys of Enoch and Pistis Sophia as I go on. But right now, I that book saved my life, you know, because it opened my eyes. And I look at the well, I you get it. You see where I'm going, so
yeah, yeah.
I
Like I
think
said,
I think I think
before I came across, like I said, before I came across the WASPy, uh, I already had knew something was wrong with the Bible, and I mean, just believing in God alone, that the characteristics that man has given this creator, because we don't know what it is. So they're gonna say, oh, he's gonna He's gonna judge you if you don't do this, and if he doesn't if you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You should already know that something is definitely wrong. And then if the Bible is supposed to be God's so-called perfect word, you have all these different translations. You know what I'm saying? There should be only one translation that should not be able to be tampered with by man. If this is God's so-called word, there's no way possible if you make something and you put a patent on it, and you know that what you made is uncorruptible and indestructible. How does your creation tamper with what you made?
Yeah, but
Some
see, the way that you have to look at the way the creator made man. That's the problem right there, because he made man with a free will. So that if he wants to corrupt himself, if he wants to corrupt the creator, he allows him to do so. But right now, we're in a period of time called the cosmic era where all this stuff is going to be straightened out, because he allowed man to go his way for a while. And his free will, I mean, his free will has gotten him into trouble. Even in the Bible, it says that man was made subject to vanity. If you read the Nag Hammadi talks about how demons made these bodies and they made us subject to vanity. That's why even right now, men, spirits, we do things that we don't want to do. We don't want to do, but we cannot help it. We want to do what's right, but we can't help it. Our free will is a big part of that. It's called the Hebrew Tetrax. The creator said he was going to put it on us at some point. And I think it began with the ark of with Sethantes or Bond. And that vibration is going to be on us until he take it off of us. And so you can look at it like we have to be tested. He talks about a kingdom. He's going to put brethren in it. He talks about manifold worlds, that he is going to take sons and daughters, and he's going to he basically hand you a planet, And so I look at it like there's a lot of confusion, even with the OAHSPE and why things are the way they are. But you got to subscribe, man, number one, to faith, that the creator, that we can know that we're in the will of the creator based on what our heart, like what the sister said here, the spirit of truth. Spirit of truth, man. And once you learn the character of the creator, you home free. You home free, man. As long as you do right by your brother, you try to be selfless, you are home free, man. That's the will, that's the character of the creator. And that erases a lot of man's corruption. That right there. Once you get a hold of his
Let me ask you
character.
this. Let me ask you
Yeah.
this. Let me ask you. Okay, so uh, I've been doing research lately on the I told you about there's a African religion that they have now
About
that they have
what?
been practiced for. There's an African religion that's in West Africa they do. It's called the Trokosi, and this is a religion based upon where they
Tricosi? Tricosi.
Trokosi, yeah. This is a
How do you
West
spell that?
African Troksis.
Tricosi. Tricosi. Definition.
Yeah. And it
Okay.
means servant. It means slave of the
Silencing
god.
of a religion.
Yes, it means slave of
Silencing
the
of a
god.
religion.
And I was doing research into that. And when I was doing my research on it, I correlated with the Bible because in the Bible, God tells the Israelites they can go off to these lands and rape all the women and kids, rape the women and children. And I said, well, wait a minute, what did I hear that from? When I was doing my research on this religion, this is the exact same thing that they were practicing back in those times, and they're doing it today. You know what I'm saying? They take these innocent women and children, little children that's up to like probably 6 years of age, and rape them. And they say, the gods told us to do this type of stuff. They condone it. They condone rape and killing and murdering. I said, wait a minute, shit. Well, that goddamn God of the Bible is saying the same damn thing. So so who are these? So like when it come down to these Hebrews like camps, who are these niggas that actually worshiping? they're saying it's okay for you to rape little kids and women and children, who are you actually worshiping? And when you go into this African religion, this West African religion, you will see exactly who it is. Because it tells you that these deities, that these African religions, uh, who they worship, they say they are gods of war gods. And that is a very brutal uh West African tradition that they are still doing. They have abolished it, but they are still doing it in secrecy and privacy. That is a very sick, twisted religion that they're been accustomed to, and they're still doing it today. And for anybody to say that is okay, and God condones it because it's in the Bible, well, I can take you outside. I can take you outside of the Bible and show you in actual real life, and show you in real life time and actual history where this is being practiced out today. And it's sad, man. It's very sickening, and it's very, I'm saying, like I say, I don't I'm not denying that there's not a creator, but my problem comes in as, how do you let this go on? How do you let an
Yeah.
innocent 2-month old baby get molested? The baby wasn't actually brought here. The baby wasn't asked to be brought into this world. A 2-month old, a 1 month old innocent pure baby gets molested and raped by a 50-year-old man. Like, what type of sick, twisted shit is that? Like, what type of God is gonna allow this to happen? Or these so-called angels, or whatever's that's watching over us, you're gonna let this allow this to happen? That's that's
Yeah, you
that's
make strong.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, you make a strong point, man. You make a strong point because I think the same way. But like I said, all I can do is look at the fact that I'm here. I know there's a reason why I'm here. I believe there's a reason why other people are here. We might not be able to understand it now. And all I can tell myself is not how you start, but it's how you finish. And I know that the creator, he's in even more pain than the people who suffer these things. I mean, that's just what I believe. And when I
Yeah.
read the OAHSPE, one thing that keeps me going, and really other books too, the only one who's able to legislate to the human heart is the creator. Now, we might not see it now, but all men will see the power of the creator. Now, from all my years of learning and reading, even with the Hebrew Israelites, I used to be a part of them, I did learn that there is such a thing as recompense. Right now, yeah, we got an imbalance going on, a great, great imbalance. But you bet when you one thing that you should understand when you learning about the creator, man, if we got a system of recompense on the earth, you can better believe there's one in the spiritual. As below, as above, so below. And I'll even tell you something. The OASPE, it says that people who can, I even remember Brother Selah saying one time how those who were in chattel slavery, they fall into the hands, those who ruled over them fall into the hands of those they oppress. Now that's the OASPE. Now that might not be good enough for you, and I would understand that, but that's the way it is, man.
Well,
I
like
believe
I
that the
said,
creator, the pain that the leaders, matter of fact, I remember reading the other day in the OASPE where it talks about the leaders who, like the gods of war, these leaders of nations who bring their people to war. The OASPE, the creator, says they are the very ones that are going to make recompense. See, we just don't see these things, but I believe that there is such a thing. That's all you can. That's all you can't keep looking. Sometimes, man, in the world, you just got to close your eyes, man. Just don't look. Just close your eyes and just try to just keep going. That's all you can do, man. Or you drive yourself crazy looking at the evil of mankind.
oh yeah, man,
If
I try
mankind wasn't evil, there would be nothing to judge him on. It would be
yeah,
nothing to show him like, look, man, You see how evil you are? Do you see it? Do you get it? Have you had enough of it? Or do you want some more? And man, that's what the Creator says He's going to do to man. He's going to show him. Now, you want some more? Do you want some more? And man is going to. He is going from what the sense I get is he is going to learn once and for all, man. We don't go down that path. The Creator, He says, if He says if forget it, man. I was going to talk about His kingdom, what He says man should do, how he should live. So, and we don't know this type of righteousness. The Creator says, don't fight over land. It's like He said, hey, if you want it, give it to them. And that's what our problem. That's what most of man's problem is. He goes to, especially the United States. Somebody, Africa, all them resources over there. British colonialism, you got it, we want it, and you just can't keep your hands off of it, so you subjugate him. Don't allow him to develop because you want what he's got. That's mankind for you. Like the sister was saying, mankind and man. So we're getting taught one hell of a lesson. We ain't never going to agree to go down this path again. So He giving us our fill. And when we finally get it, then then we won't be talking about this stuff anymore. But until we get it, don't expect it to end. So that's why we're on the brink of a World War III right now. And the weapons that they got now makes everything ever created look like child's play. So I have to give credit to the Creator and His ability to teach us a lesson we'll never forget. Never, ever forget to do this to one another again. We just ain't seen it yet, but we're gonna. So that's where I'm coming from. I wouldn't listen so much to. Man has been taught. And I don't know, brother. You want to give a final word or whatever you want to say? Because I'm gonna go ahead and close it up, and we can talk about this if you want. If you want to come back in tomorrow, I'm enjoying the discussion. And I would love to have you come and, show us whatever you want to show us. You're welcome here, brother.
Hold on one second.
You lost me. Oh, okay. So, anybody else want to come on and respond to what me and the brother been talking about? I'm gonna wait till he comes back on and let him give the final word. And then I'm does anybody have any thoughts on what we're sharing? My position is basically, Creator, He's full of mystery. Full of mystery. I'm just one of them type of, I believe that, when you talk about spirituality, that it's just the will. Something's coming into my mind about there's a scripture where it says the things that are revealed are given to man, and the things that are not revealed to man are for the Creator. And that's the situation we're in right now. It's like the revealed things belong to man, and the unrevealed things do not, basically. That brother was making a good point about the basically making a point about man's inhumanity to man. So if anybody else wants to come on and give your understanding or share what you want to what we were talking about, feel free.
Yeah, like I said,
So
if you whatever you want the topic to be tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, we can go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I work at night, so
well,
I'm not
if
able
you come on, then I'm gonna just let you have the floor.
Okay, but like I said, since I work nights, I know you going at 7. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I come on, you'll be like time for you to like wrap it up. So
No.
know,
No, I'll let you go. I'll stay on for as long as you want to.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I
Like I
bought
said,
the software for. So we can talk to one another.
Right, right. So what I mean, like I said, whatever the topic is, you come on, we can go from there. You know what I'm saying? We can share ideas, go back and forth, and like I said, it's not about who's right, who's wrong. At the end of the day, we all know what the common goal is. We know to
Right. Right.
uh what's right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? How to treat our brothers and
Right.
sisters, things like that. We
Yeah,
know
that's right.
uh this deity that's in the Bible is not it's not what we call God, the creator, whatever we want to call it. Um like I said, when I came on tonight, I was just showing you different sources that were saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying about you know what I'm saying? It was saying the same thing with what the watchers are saying, that the creator is not in the image of a man, doesn't have a throne and things like that, and you know, he's not seen in the hell, fiery hell, and things of that nature. But a lot of people, uh, they like when it comes down to the Egyptians, they automatically assume that the Egyptians will worship all these deities like Amun Ra and Osiris and Isis and Horus and things like that. And when you delve into their religion, what they were doing, what they were into nature, right? And nature is the seen and the unseen. And I just read to you what they said. They said they believe in one God that's incomprehensible beyond man's knowledge and mind. He doesn't have a form. He doesn't have an image. Nothing. He doesn't have none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then here comes man twisting things up. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, before there was the Bible, you had the Egyptian text, right? That's predating the Bible by thousands of years. And then when you asked about the brother, when I told you about the book he wrote called the Actual of the Bible, he is a part of the Akan people, right? And those are one of the tribes who makes up the ancient Egyptians, right? Because he knows their history because he comes to know that lineage of tribes. Like you to ask your average Joe Blow person about, well, who are the Egyptians? Where it is today? What did it look like? Where can it be found? What part of Africa? What tribe did it belong to? But like I said, when people talk about Abraham and things like that, they can never tell you what actual tribe he came from in real life history today. Like, okay, if you believe in Abraham, where can what group of people in Africa can you tie him to today in history?
Well, he was a faithist, and I
And then
think that those people are hidden. They've been hidden
no,
from the world.
they're not hitting because I've
Well,
showed
I
you
mean, hidden in the sense that, like, even right now, we don't know everybody who's a faithist, but we know that they're scattered in the world. All things ain't meant to be known. I mean, if we knew everything, then there would be no need for a creator. Well, I look at it, but
now I don't nowhere near professional everything.
I mean, let me say something interesting. I think, I read in the Bible, and I believe this. It said that you really don't have any need that any man teach you. Now, I don't know who wrote it. I don't know if it was Paul, but spiritually, I believe that's true. Just like a cat, you could put a cat in Florida, it'll make its way back home in California. They have a certain GPS. Faith is sort of the same way. We don't even really need to be taught. We don't really need to be taught. It's something that's within us that's going to lead us home. We ain't going to, for a while, we may be deceived, but we got an internal GPS that is going to lead us home. Hey, I got to close the video. I just felt an earthquake. Brendan. I want to go outside. I don't want to be inside. Hey, brother, join us
All right, no
tomorrow,
problem.
okay? I got to close the
All right,
video. All right.
okay, no problem.
Going to give thanks to Heavenly Father,
All right.
earthly mother, for this opportunity to be a light, while I'm in this reality. Till I see you again. Shalom.